Hello, everyone! Blue Star Saber here once again to do another Star Wars Skeleton Crew review. Episode 7. We're going to be in so much trouble. This episode follows up last episode. Now, before that, I probably should mention how apparently there's been a little talk on the fact that apparently Skeleton Crew's ratings have not been doing very well. I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on that. Apparently, the fact that it's not in the top 10 of like Ritzy most watched streaming, so apparently it's gone less than, let's say, 380 minutes of watch time, which is apparently even worse than the Acolyte. Sort of, let's see, for those who would want those anti-Disney Star Wars or anti-woke, if you will fit their sort of like agenda of like, okay, see, Disney Star Wars is dead. It's no longer getting in the top 10. The show's over. Blah blah blah. That kind of rhetoric. Now, granted, I don't know how the other episodes besides the premiere have been doing. I'm hoping there might have been some increase, but I heard there might have not been. But I have also heard that apparently those at Disney at least happy with how well the show has been received, at least critically. In many ways, it kind of just shows you the sort of damage I think Acolyte has done to the reputation of Star Wars streaming services. But I am at least somewhat hopeful that by the fact that apparently let's see, the show is it's been Ritzy for most part well received. So I'm hoping that means at some point more people will come and watch the show down the line. And I do think that let's see, Disney still has at least Andor coming out this year. So I think that show will probably give them the boost that they have been waiting for, hopefully for Star Wars, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And there's some news that might attract a lot of people to see, like Ahsoka that I've been hearing about, but I'm not going to get too much details on that. But I do feel like it's such a shame that Skeleton Crew is suffering the solo treatment of like a controversial movie and that resulting in backlash of people not seeing it. That there's other problems that would happen with Solo, such as over budget, change of directors, and stuff like that. But I also am hoping. I think that but at the very least, it goes to show that perhaps if the Skeleton, I do think that if the Skeleton Crew was out, let's see, before the Acolyte, I think it'd probably be doing a lot much better. But if they just swapped it around, but nevertheless, that didn't happen. Disney seemed to make a mistake of putting the Acolyte first. Oh well, let's see. We'll see what end up happen. We'll see what end up happening after like Skeleton Crew. What Disney does next after like the show is over. Anyway, now I've gone that out of the way. I'm just gonna like do a bit of the recap from last episode, where the kids have escaped Jod after he's backstabbed them. They end up having a bit of an argument and splitting up, with Wim and KB going one end and Neil and Fern going the other. Let's see, climbing up the ship. Where Wim decides to follow some mechanical crabs. During this, we learn that KB, let's see, had a very horrible accident. Had like a lot of cybernetics implanted inside her, including her head, that she needs, let's see, daily maintenance and all that stuff to keep functioning after a few days. In a sense, she's like sort of like this sort of a like advanced cyborg disability cyborg, that sort of a theme I get some of disabilities about how certain how during the modern age we're getting like a lot of disabled people. I think they need a lot of like mechanicals and tools to help them walk around or even move about places or even survive. So I think that was a little nice bit on that. Eventually, the kids all make up, and then they fly off in the new Ritzy, taking off the main hull part of the Onyx Cinder to a more sleeker ship. Meanwhile, Jod and SM-33 are captured by the pirates, and Jod manages to make his cheat his way out of persuade his way out of death by revealing that he knows the location of At-Atan. Let's see, with both our main cast being split into two, let's see, both heading to, and how will they clash, and what will be the fate of these characters? We're about to find out on this episode. So yeah, I've gone on long enough. I think it's time that I get to like the summary of the episode. So yeah, the episode begins actually with with the parents with the parents of the kids, where they are, let's see, putting together a bunch of pieces to send a transmitter to go past the barrier, but a safety droid. Let me just the safety droid here spots them and stuns them one by one. Let's see, Neil's mom gets taken out first, and Neil's mom gets taken out first, and then it's KB's two mothers. I believe their names are, hold on, let me just check. I believe they are, I've forgotten what their names are, but never mind. Let's see, actually here they are. The names are Gary and Mary. I don't know which one is which, so I wouldn't be able to tell like straight away, but basically they're stunned, and then it is Wim, and then finally it is let's see, on Farah that is able to Farah here that's able to send the beacon up, so they end up, let's see, arriving. Meanwhile, let's see, our kids are playing, let's see, in the ship, let's see, are busy on the Onyx Sender. Fern and Neil are playing, let's see, I believe apparently slap ball, where we actually get to see it, where apparently Fern is quite good. With the KB telling them that they're about to arrive, everyone is like, Fern is like, told you we would make it back, make everyone back. But Wen is not really seemingly happy, because it's like, oh, he's going to go back to like, let's see, due to like, he can't really wants to go back to his old life, because he knows he has to take the assessment and never going to have like the, let's see, keep the ship and all that stuff. So the adventure's over. He's going to have to go back to his life. And even, let's see, expresses regrets about pressing the button in the first place. But the others, particularly Neil, said that, let's see, they're glad he did. They got to go on a real adventure, even though they had a few near-death experiences. And particularly Fern tells him he's glad he touched the button. And after they managed to assure him they are confident to like now head back to now glad that they can now head back to their home. But meanwhile, you pretty much have a group of pirates, arriving, where you have like of course you see like Vane here. Let's see, Brutus and Silvo. Let's see, flying on the bridge, but they see like this sort of stormy cloud bit, so it's like yeah, they'd think let's see, Brutus says that, Jod, there isn't no, let's see, you've given us to a wild goose chase, there is no treasure. Is about to treasure push him to the airlock, but he's able to persuade them, thinking about it like how, let's see, having SM33 point out that there's a storm cloud barrier blocking the sort of planet itself, so they need to go through in order to find it. He sort of offers himself to go as a pilot, but let's see, Brutus doesn't really trust him, so he sends let's see, Gleb here, who was one of the members of the pirate crew that Jod talked to in his speech last episode, to let's see, pilot across the ship. He flies through. It seems to be going well at first, but then he gets electrocuted in the ship, and then he explodes. At this point, Brutus has had enough. About to send, let's see, Jod into the cockpit, but Jod tries to persuade him that not to do so. But let's see, but Jod is just able to try and persuade a pirate not to do it long enough for the Onyx Cinder to arrive. So they pretty much so basically they end up seeing like the Onyx Cinder and this new sleek with SM33 even commenting on it. And this is where Jod, or Silvo, if you will, let's see, tells them that the ship is the key. Let's see, get on the ship. Capture that ship, find out how it's able to pass through, and they'll be able to get to Adam. As a result, the kids are flying on the ship, but they get drawn in by the pirate ship's barrier. Wait, hold on a second. Just gonna delete that. They get on the barrier and should have done this before. Sorry. They get by the tractor beam, and then they're put into the pirate ship's hangar. But Brutus ends up just leading his crew, but warning Jod that regardless of what happens, of whether or not they find the treasure, regardless if he gets double crossed or not. But Jod tries to persuade him that that's a bad mistake because the crew loves him, but he says they love plunder. But he says nope, they actually love me. But after a little bit of that, Brutus starts walking into the sort of ship, but the crew use the sort of cargo hold claw to grab him and trap him, with KB doing her sort of voiceover thing, saying how with KB saying, if they do not surrender, let us go. They will lose their captain. However, Silvo, takes advantage of this, kills Brutus, so calling him a backstabbing mutineer, and regains the authority of the crew as they very much follow him, but warns them that there's nothing to fear on the ship. As I forgot to mention the kids room, with Silvo asking for or Jod, if you will, asking for them to take get SM3 so they can board the ship, as the kids are now being watched by basically Silvo and the pirate crew, pretty much, as they're preparing to find out what aboard the as he pretty much orders the crew to try and find what is it that allows the ship, find the device that lets the Onyx Cinder cross through the barrier into sort of ship, if you were, to the planet's surface. You get a bit of the kids arguing back and forth, with I think Jod, but before that, I think you get they get a communications relay hologram of each of the parents is giving a message of love and all that stuff, and not to worry of being in trouble. Particularly with Farah, KB is telling her to not give up and make sure that they have have a maintenance and all that. Her maintenance being taken of. And then you get Neil's mother, but you also see the hologram of his father, and he has tusks. So it really is a different species to the Max Rebo one. So we got that, but as they telling the kids not to worry about the whole restrictions, but due to restrictions of the planet, but they can find a Republic embassy to get them down. And then you get, of course, Wendell, the final message being Wendell to Wim, saying how he apologizes for not believing in him, and that he loves him and all that stuff. So you get that touching message. And as the whole message being played, you get at first the pirates try to stop them from watching, but they said they just want to listen. And then Wim suggests that they need to take the ship back, but as the kids are trying to come up with a plan, Wim does the stupid thing of charging in and saying attack, but of course that easily gets them recaptured by the. They get easily captured by the pirates, with Silver or Jod, if you will, deciding that they need to take the kids as hostage, and Wim calling Jod out for his deceit, let's see, and his treachery and all that stuff, and saying that the ship is theirs, but Jod said, no, I have the ship now, but SN33 says, well, the ownership of the Onyx Cinder is disputed since he's also captain of a pirate frigate, and apparently, according to the pirate's code, a pirate can only be a captain of one ship. So you get Wim trying to do claims he's on the Onyx Cinder, but Jod manages to muffle his mouth, and Jod saying that he claims the Onyx Cinder as his ship. But let's see, as both and now Firm try to say that she unclaims he's like so claim the ship for kids, and unclaim like what Jod did with like the pirate captain position earlier, and he says the ship is only for kids, and saying that all pirates need to leave, giving SM3 the orders to do that. Jod says that doesn't work that way, but SM33 says that that's close enough, technically on a technicality, but also I think he's seemingly choosing the kids over Jod to lead him, knocks him out, punches him to knock him out, then pushes out all the other pirates as they're about to fly off from the ship, if you will, and they head to the planet. Jod ordering his crew to like send the freighters to follow suit. They have a bit of a chase with like the enemy. You have like the ship, those two ships. So you have like at least two starfighters chasing them, but they manage to get past this sort of like storm cloud and deal with these sort of like satellite defense things, kind of like the Project Cinder stuff here. This is actually Project Cinder, things that can actually find the actual images of the actual satellites they used, but they cause like sort of electric storms, destroying the pirate ships, and finally the kids arrive on they finally arrive to their planet and see it for the first time at Aten. Let's see it on its surface. They're all like sort of happy and all that stuff that they're finally getting home. And you've got a sort of autopilot activated on the ship where just like that at Arkan, I believe, where we saw in episode 4. As SM33 lets go of the the stick for the ship. Fern ends up saying that, yeah, her mother's probably lied. They're going to be in so much trouble. But this is when, of course, Jod arrives, fulfilling that he's still on the ship. Someone manages to get back on. My guess, using force jump. SM33 here tries to dealing with him himself, but Jod has his lightsaber, ignites it, cuts off SM33's head, seemingly killing him for good. Much the kids dismay, but he then pretty much orders the kids to be silent, be hands on heads, if you will. Kneeling down to one side. Gets mad at losing his patience with kids, talking particularly how Wim is annoying, but says all of them are. Calling them weak and sheltered, and that he's left with zero patience, and he threatens to kill their parents now he knows what the whole message was. So yeah, he's pretty much being full-on bad guy here, as it's like it's given so close, and all this adventure and trouble he has, he's finally here, and he's not going to deal with the kids annoying him anymore. Anyway, meanwhile, you get the security droid discussing with the parents. The parents finally, as the droid says, security droid saying how they violated the rule protocols, but they end up saying that they left no choice, and that these droids never really listen. But he says that they need to stand by. As the droid tries to explain for all the safety things, but they get a message to stand by. As then the supervisor gives his voice telling the citizens of that and that a Republic embassy has arrived as the Onyx Cinder lands. As they land, and the droid welcomes Jod, who is pretending to be the Republic embassy, saying that he found these kids along the way. The droid talks about how the kids were missing, but anyway, he tries to get. Let's see. I forgot to mention that Jar did try to contact his crew earlier, but there seems to be a communications block. He tries to get the droids to let's see, allow him to communicate with the ship, but he's pretty much telling them that they need to go see the supervisor for that. But he's taking them. But the droids are also taking them immediately down to like the New Republic's, the Old Republic mint that they have, where the embassy is supposed to come and collect, which he gladly does. The kids go down with him. As you've got like this sort of like surface of the planet opening to sort of like a landing pod, they eventually descend down, and with a bunch of security droids there with the kids, they eventually arrive down to like the meat in the vault, which apparently they have at least 1,139 volts, and it's a massive pile of gold there. You see George just like picking up and grabbing it, sort of like crying as it's pouring down in his hands. It's like finally he's got the big score he has. But let's see, the parents have arrived. They reunite with their kids, embracing and hugging, but not before long. As they arrived, Jod, menacing in front of them all, draws out his lightsaber, seemingly look like he's ready to try and attack and kill them. And that sort of like, if you will, ends the episode. So, that's first half of the episode. So that's pretty much the plot of the episode. So now for my thoughts on like the characters. Okay, first of all, once again, of course, we got like the beginning of the episode pretty much being the parents, as that seems to be the standard formula that the show has had whenever they do appear in an episode at the beginning, where they're basically seeing what they're doing next for their mission to try and get their kids. And it seems like they're all working together to try bits and pieces of a transmitter. To get them together to try and send a message to their kids to let them know that to let them know that they're worried about them and all that stuff, and giving them advice and trying to find a Republic emissary, if you will. So I do like that. I do like I do like how that even though they had this plan together, it's not they're not exactly the best at keeping it a secret, as the security droids do find them. And even then they do find them. I do like that they do try to run and try and get the transmitter out, but I do like the fact that they are, as being basically civilians, they get easily caught, easily stunned by the droids, fall down one by one, with only like Farah being just managed to just barely getting it up into the surface. So I do like that. Other than that, I do like how when they're talking with the security droids, they finally having enough and starting to question about, the droids not listening to them and saying that, why can't we just speak to the supervisor? Arguably, hopefully, driving them to perhaps having some final questions, probably hopefully for the next episode, when possibly we might actually end up meeting the supervisor, whatever he might end up being. Well, granted, with like a little comment, I think, with Jod saying, like, I'd rather not deal with droids thing, it might imply that the supervisor might actually be a droid itself. Though, granted, there's still, of course, the theories that he's actually Captain Rodan. Rowan. Yeah, I think, sorry, I might be pronouncing the, name wrong. Hold on. Tak Renard. Yeah, Tak Renard. Sorry, my bad there. Anyway, I do like the sort of message that each of the parents gives to their kids, each reflecting a little bit of their own sort of relationship with like the kids. For example, KB, the mothers are like concerned about her maintenance and all that. So I do like they have that sort of concern. Neil, you pretty much got the mother, his mother and father, which we finally get to see what his father looks like. And he has, like I said a bit earlier, tusks, making the species look a lot less like the Max Rebo species and more like a bit more sort of like elephant-like alien species. So I do like that. I don't have an image. I probably should have found an image of that, but it's fine, but yeah. So and I really like how she brings up that like her little brothers is that actually just wants to have Betsy just wants to have their big brother back, showing like the importance of like the siblings of this family. So you have that there. We also got, of course, Vera just talking about how talking about trying to find a Republic emissary to help them out, and also that let's see, telling her daughter she's not in trouble. But I do like that. Let's see, Fern is smart enough to realize that yeah, my mom is lying. We're in so much trouble when we get back. So I do like that little aspect there. So that, and I do like the fact that Wendell here is actually apologizing to his son, because it's like he's probably come to realize that okay, maybe the problem he's been having with his son is the fact that he's not been paying attention and not listening to him, and it seems like if he did, perhaps they might have not ended up in this situation where they're gone off to like some adventure. He apologizes, and arguably it seems to me like he wants to try and now have a more closer relationship to his son, not ignoring him as much, at least from the way I can see it. But yeah, but I do like the sort of a touching reunion and hug they all have. It's like it's to be expected with the parents. So there, it's for that part. So yeah, I thought that went well. Anyway, now for my let's see, Brutus, who is basically sort of like who basically I thought would be the sort of like, I'll be honest, he did look like he'd be the main antagonist throughout the entire series, being like the one that the characters chase for him. It seemed a bit obvious. Granted, while he is seemingly a bit menacing, he has been very a sort of recurring threat. He has not been sort of like, I'd say, like a sort of like main threat, if you will. It's like he's in the background. He has like, you see his presence now and then, but it's not like he's ultra threatening. It's kind of like he's like a B tier list villain, if you will. But I do think he does his role well, and the fact on that part where he's like losing his patience with Jod, when it looks like okay, it looks like we can't get to the planet and all that stuff, but and it's ready to throw him in the airlock, and it looks like he is about to do that, but let's see, either Jod is able to persuade his way out of it by pointing out something else, or something comes up to arrive, such as the Onyx Cylinder, and saying like, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. But it's also shown that Jod has a bit of a point that Brutus isn't really smart enough to be nothing more than a first mate, as he does a bit of. I do think he makes a few mistakes, such as also perhaps maybe a few smart ones, though granted, sending someone else to test out the storm cloud rather than Jod. But it might be possible that Jod was like tricking him into send someone out to do that for himself. But yeah, he makes a few bits of foolish mistakes, which arguably brings to his end, and that's basically telling Jod that, or Silver, if you will, that he is basically he's going to kill him regardless. So it's like you're pretty much telling Jod that if he wants to live, he needs to get rid of you as soon as possible, and gets the opportunity to do that. And the fact that he ends up walking up to the bridge up to himself first, rather than sending his crew, ultimately lets him end up being captured by the Clarion Claw, which I do like how the claw for the Onyx Cinder is actually being used to actually capture someone, and then he's helpless. And it's like, in a sense, it's making him no longer a threat, and arguably Silver or Jod, if you will, taking advantage, shooting him down. He's been a good sort of recurring presence, but I think the fact that he's been killed off and now having with seemingly Jod and Silver become the main bad guy, I think makes it much, much, much better. I think this is much better. The character's gone now, being declared as a traitorous mutineer, and it's like, allowing Jod to take his spot as arguably the main villain of the show. So, yeah, we've got that part. So, let's see. Other than that, well, it's a little shame that Gleb here ended up being killed, if you will. He was just introduced to the last episode, but Never getting to do that moisture farm thing I think he wanted to do, but oh well, it's fine. I mean, it's just a one character, but it's just a minor character. But I do like how he's used the example to show that storm clouds are dangerous and not just any ship can go in. For the other pirates, I do like how they seem to be willing to immediately throw Jod out the brick when there's not like looks like it's a chance to get the treasure, but they're willing to like listen to him when it's like, wait, there might be another way. So it's like it does seem to imply that they do maybe somewhat like Silvo, despite what Brutus was saying about plunder. But anyway, I think it's now time that I get on with like let's see. I'm going to get on with like the kids now. Let's see. For the kids, I do like the fact that Wim for me had two moments. One that I think was pretty good, and one I think was pretty stupid of him. But yeah, okay. For Wim, I do like that at the beginning of the episode. He's sort of like upset now that the adventure seemingly is about to end. He knows that his life is going to be going back to what it was before, taking like the assessment. I do like that he also seems to have some sorts of regrets about some of the danger and the double crosses that have gone through. Contemplating perhaps he should never press that button. So it's like he's having all this doubts. It's like the adventure's over. It wasn't what he expected, and he's wondering whether or not he should have made that choice as he does. But I do like that his friends are basically, particularly Neil, let's see, as trying to assure him that they did actually go into a fun adventure, even if they did get killed a few times. So, and I do like that Fern is the one to tell him that I'm glad you pressed that button because she would probably be the most mad at him first, but now it seems like connection problems. Oh wait, my image is back. So I do like that. Like kids have pretty close, tight group as friends, and you can see it with the way Fern is like see it's Wim at the end. Granted, Wim does have a very stupid moment, I think, of just let's see about having to get the ship back, but instead he does the stupid thing of charging. Granted, he's a kid, so let's see. Granted, he's a kid, so I think he would probably think of some. That would be the first thought of something stupid, and that would be the stupidest. It would be the stupidest kind of decision to do. It does sound like something a kid would think of straight away. In many ways, it's like a idiot shonen protagonist, but honestly, I think he probably should have realized that, okay, you're all this plan was never going to work. I think the others realized it too before going in on it, but nevertheless, I do like how he expresses his anger at Jod. Let's see, Jod about how, about being a double crosser and a bit of a, I guess, Slimer, if you will. I do like how he tries to like claim back the ship once SM33 points out the pirate code is sort of like you're going to claim one ship, and that eventually, of course, does lead to like escape. Does lead to like SM33 to double cross Jod, if you will. So, but yeah, and I do like the sort of touching moment he has with his father at the end. But yeah, other than that, Neil and KB, they don't really have too much to do. Neil, you did have that little bit of like talking about how they did have a fun adventure at the beginning. Other than that, it's just like more of just the background of listening in on like the parents' messages and reuniting with the parents, and then being the hostages, if you will, for most part. Same with KB. Besides letting the kids know that letting the rest of the kids know that they have arrived to Aran. So yeah, these two didn't get much, but to be fine. I think for this episode, it makes sense that Wim and Fern would be the more focus, because it's like they're the ones with the more relations to like more dynamic relations with like Jods and SM33, if you will. So yeah, I do like how Fern, like I already mentioned how Fern complimented Wim, but I do like how Fern, the minute that the whole ownership of the Onyx Cinder is put into question, tries to quickly try reclaim the ship and unclaim like last commands and all that stuff, and that saying that's for kids and getting SM3 to try and boat out Jod, which technically on the technicality end up working. They got the ship back, so I do like that. I do like how the kids also like to defend Wim when Jod ends up saying that they're all annoying when he's annoying, but he goes like they're all annoying, but he finds Wim to be the most annoying. So there's that. Other than that, I do like for SM33 here. I do like how he's at first just only really responding to like Jod when he's telling them about like certain information about Captain Renard and like the Anne and the shit and like the Onyx Cinder. But it's just being like a standard Ritzy pirate droid just listening to like the captain. But when like but then of course when Jod tries to claim both ships, he points out the pirate code. And I do like that we got the moment of him. The moment, you got like Fern trying to reclaim the ship with an unclaimsies or something like that. With like or unsurrender from like the pirate duel thing. I do like that. SM33 tries to find a technicality and decides that you know what, even though it's not technically how the pirate code works, he's like finds it as a technicality. He said, you know what, I'm going with it. I actually like the kids as I actually like being under the command of the kids, not Jod. So he punches him in the head. And then throws off the other pirates. So I do like that. It's like I do like how he seems to go a bit, finds a technicality in his programming, or at least seems to try and disobey his program, if you will, and decides, you know what, I actually like the kids better. I'm helping them, not you. It's sort of like he's making his own choices, and I do like that. He seems to like generally like the kids, even if they might not be necessarily pirates. Unlike his pirate captains, at the very least, he seems to at least care for them. So I do like that. And it's a real shame that he gets beheaded with a lightsaber. I do like the confidence he had before fighting Jod, but not realizing the lightsaber. I did wonder if those shield things might have blocked it for a bit, but nope. He's got his head beheaded. He seems to be dead now, at least destroyed. I mean, normally that usually what happens with a droid when they get beheaded by a lightsaber, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see whether or not Disney will just try to at least the show. The showrunners will decide that next episode they just have him reactivated, but he's only a head now from now on, or try and attach him for something else. But if he's dead now, it's like okay, props to Disney. They had or like John Watts, they like killed off arguably probably the second best character in the entire show. And anyway, now that that's done with, I am now going to talk about none other than, of course, arguably probably the character that's the most highlight of this episode, Jod, aka Silvo. I do like how throughout the beginning of this episode, when it looks like his luck has run out with Brutus about to order him to be thrown off the ship, he's able to sort of do like a quick last minute plea of like, wait, hold on, look, the ship is like, think about it. It's a storm cloud. It wouldn't be that easy to like think of how hard it is to try and find this planet. If you really think it'd be this easy, then possibly maybe trying to trick Brutus to send someone else to test out the storm cloud first, at the very least, in case his life might be in trouble. I'm not entirely sure that. I think some people are theorizing that or not, but I'm not entirely sure that's the case. And then as soon as he's about to like no, granted, there is a sort of sense of desperation when he during this beginning part of the episode, because he is nearly about to be thrown out the lock and tries to persuade the crew long enough, think of that, you might think of the treasure, think of the treasure, think of the treasure. And then the moment the Onyx Cinder arrives, is able to do like a last minute of like, wait, Ritzy, we need that ship, persuading the crew to do all that. So it's like in a sense he's using his charisma and seemingly like he says to Brutus that the crew does seemingly like him. But I do love that the fact that the moment Brutus is trapped in the claw, he takes advantage of that, seizes his opportunity, kills Brutus, and reclaims the crew. The crew on the ship, becoming pirate captain again. I like that he's also wearing his old helmet thing at the first episode. So yeah, it's like okay, yeah, let's see, this is me being a pirate captain and all that stuff. This is how I feel about it. I do like how he's like let's see, immediately guessing what the kids are doing. Oh yeah, I did forget that. I forgot about. I completely forgot for a second. During when I was discussing the kids earlier with KB, I do like how she's using the claw and then using her voiceover to try and threaten the pirates and all that stuff. But they immediately realize that, okay, Jod's here. This isn't going to really work, and gets a bit desperate. But I do like that how Jod is not buying it and saying it's just 4 kids, take them hostage and go aboard. I do like how he's quickly trying to prevent Wem from like claiming the ship because he doesn't want to get SM3 to turn against him, if you will, or get like lose the control of the ship, or tries to point out, wait, that's not how the pirate code works. When Vern tries to sort of like yield from like I think the duel or unclaimsies from like some sort of previous sort of like situation. I can't quite remember the details exactly, but gets knocked out. But I do like I do wonder how on earth he was able to like get back on the ship after being knocked out. I'm guessing that this is probably more hints that he is a Jedi and he used sort of force jumps. I do like how quickly ruthless he is and just like taking out SM33. I do like how we see that he's being like up to his ends of patience with the kids, threatening them, calling them annoying. Granted, I will admit, this is not really the direction I thought they were going to go with this character. If I had to guess, I thought it was like he was going to try and make do with like the kids and apologize, or like just, okay, you know what, let's work together because it's like his bacon is on the line with like these pirates. But nope. Instead, it seems like we're going a more villainous route to this episode. It's the villainous route with this character. And honestly, I think that sort of makes it much more better and intimidating because, we've seen just how ruthless he is as a pirate, taking out Brutus and SM33, taking back the control of the ship, his charisma, and not to mention he has a more personal conflict with the kids because it's like he pretended to be their friend for a bit. Well, granted, Fern never really trusted him, but he double-crossed them. Greatly upsetting like Wim, who seemed to like at least wanted to believe he was like a Jedi at certain points of this story, but it's like yeah, but nope, he is nope here, but it's like nope, I was only using you. I'm getting fed up. Granted, whatever care he might have had for the kids, it's like if he did have any, he's just up at his patience at this point, and even threatening to kill their parents, and so yeah, and all that, and he might actually go through with it, if you will. Granted, we still don't know if he's a Jedi, but if he is, he seems to definitely may have fallen to the dark side to some extent. We'll have to wait and see on that regard. So yeah, we have that with Jod. I do like how he's able to like also have the moment of tricking like the security droids that he's being a Republic emissary. Of course, granted, he's by himself and he can't really get to the rest of his crew. We'll have to wait and see how he tries to get the rest of his crew to come and raid like the planet. But yeah, I do like the moment where he finally gets to see all the sort of Republic mint, and and it's just grabbing it and just grasping it as it pours down to his hand. It's like this is probably the moment he's waited in his entire life to get the fortune that he's been wanting, and now it's right in his hand. He just cannot express the absolute joy and tears, if you will. And I do like how it looks like it's like keeping his words to like his promise of like killing the parents, is drawing out his lightsaber ready to like destroy them. Granted, I'm curious to see how the security droids will react to all this. Will they try to stop him? I assume that he'll be skilled enough to like cut them down. But yeah, But yeah, arguably it looks like he's about to become like full on villain. Granted, he's not. I think he's like 90% of the moment being the main villain of this thing. The only thing left to be found is whether or not like the supervisor, depending on who he is, maybe a droid, maybe some sort of like Empire Stooge, or maybe even like Captain Renard. Whatever the case with the supervisor is going to be, whatever the supervisor is may or may not make him end up being the villain for the last episode, and then Jod has some sort of either redemption or some sort of comeuppance that gets him screwed. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, he's looking very much like is looking very much being probably Disney Plus's best Star Wars villain since probably, I would argue, since arguably Moff Gideon, from like at least for most people regards as the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. So yeah, arguably he's being probably the best villain of the Disney Plus series. So yeah, so I'm repeating myself. Anyway, let's see, and the plot and the themes of the episode, basically, from what I can tell, the plot, the themes seem to be mostly about family and friends, if you will, and at least with the kids and the parents, is like basically the kids with with the kids sort of like becoming closer, becoming closer to tight group of friends after Wim has his doubts of like arriving from the ship and going back on the adventure and missing it, like seemingly going to have to go back to their old regular lives. And that does make them wonder, like, what happens of like at the end of adventures, like, can they actually keep going on adventures? Can they keep the ship? Are they going to just be like it was before, or is things going to be different? Or are the parents, see how the parents are going to react? I do like that they got the message and showing that the parents do love them, though I do like how Furnace do pretty much certain that her mom's going to kill she is going to get in trouble with her mom because she seems to know her well enough. But I do think that, at the very least, the parents are going to like try and be a bit closer with their kids, because especially with Wendell and Wim, because it's like, in many ways, like the message bit there is sort of like sort of like the father's apology to the son. It's like a father realizing he didn't listen to his son, hasn't spent much time with him. He now wants to do that, so there's that. But there's also sort of like the theme of like the pirate code, if you will, where the parents, where you got like pirates trying to either save their skin or double crossing each other, or like a code of like who they want to follow. But I do like how there seems to be a theme. One of the aspects of this episode is that while there's a code, you are like have your choices, like who you want to like, how you want to follow it for like SM33. Even though that there's a technicality of like the kids reclaiming the ship back for themselves, he is willing to take it because he's making his own choice of this is the captain I want to follow, not Jod. So I do like that he has made his own choice on that. So yeah, I do like that. There's also like an aspect of this episode of like questioning with the parents, with like the security droids. It's like, you have done nothing but being unhelpful. Finally starting to question how things are being run. So arguably, this is going to hopefully bring more of a change to Anne, and rather than just listening to everything the security droids and the supervisor does. But I really do like the fact that we finally got to see like Atom, either Stormcloud and then the planet itself looking a bit more Earth. I do like how the kids are just like looking at the first time. It's like, so this is our planet. It's like a rare thing that very few humans, just generally people, will actually get to see when it comes to our own planet, because like only astronauts can actually go up into space. No one else will get to have that experience, at least in this current lifetime. But other than that, I do like how we've got these sort of like I said, these sort of like electric sort of like satellite things blowing up ships. many ways, it makes you wonder: is this possibly a Galactic Empire, or is this some sort of other sort of Republic defense thing that happened long ago? But it's like arguably these things need to probably be taken down at some point in order to like allow just general ships to like cross the planet, because it seems like, let's see, only the Onyx Cylinder and At-Atom ship, which I forgot to mention a bit earlier, which I do like the revelation that this ship is actually an At-Atom ship that's used to like bring Republic Mint credits back and forth between the planet. Let's see, arguably these sort of like barriers need to be broken for like the planets, for the Atom to be open to the rest of the galaxy again. Hopefully that will end up being the case, but we'll have to wait and see. I assume the New Republic's going to arrive, let's see, next episode to help out the kids and deal with the pirates. At least that is what I'm going to see regarding. But yeah, arguably, I really like how this episode went. Basically, let's see, with like Jod trying to do his like last minute ditch of not being shut out the airlock, taking advantage and reclaiming his crew, the kids having their heart to heart with each other before finally messaging to their parents, and then finally reuniting with their parents, and learning more, and we finally get to see the sort of mint faults of the Old Republic. So it's like that, and a sort of very good cliffhanger of Jod seemingly about to kill like the parents and the kids. So yeah, overall thoughts, I think this episode has been the best episode that the show has done so far. I really like this episode. It's the only real complaints I have of this episode is that perhaps this might be a bit too short. I feel like you could have had a bit more plot building up from, like, say, more character interaction with the kids, perhaps, maybe more of the parents, or more of the pirates, or maybe even perhaps we're getting the New Republic up there. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Next episode, I assume it's going to be longer than most of the episodes that have come before. I'm hoping at least it's going to be like 40 to 45 minutes. Maybe 50 or 55 minutes, but we'll have to wait and see what is going to be covered in this episode. As long as it's not a 30-minute one, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a longer one, so there's that. Other than that, I think when he had a stupid, dumb kid moment, but perhaps maybe too dumb at this point. It's like, yeah, not that plot thing. But other than that, I like the fact that Brutus has been shot and killed and Silvo's taken over, Ritzy claiming his spot as captain, and arguably main antagonist of the show. So as one that's Ritzy that's been followed with the kids. So yeah, basically the main cast of kids have been pretty much with the main antagonist the entire time, if you will. But we have to wait and see how it goes with the supervisor. Next episode, the parents finally taking matters in their own time to send a message to their kids and even questioning the system. Let's see, the kids, like I said, that hot start with Worm, capturing Brutus and then reclaiming the ship, and SM-33 choosing the kids over Jod, if you will, on a technicality. But let's see, brutal, but also sadly being brutally, killed by Jod. Finally got to see the faults of that and now that cliffhanger, which is arguably ready for like the final episode of the series, which is going to be out later today. Which I'm looking forward to. That I probably won't be able to see until like the end of the day. So I probably won't have a review until maybe like next on the weekend at the very least. But yeah, overall, I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Best episode in the show so far. Can the final episode topple it, or or will it be a letdown? We'll have to wait and see whether or not these 7 episodes of Skeleton Crew have been worth it. But for now, let's see. I am Blue Star Saber signing off. Thank you for everyone that ended up listening to this review. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say as I'm heading off now. Goodbye, and may the force be with you.